There's a little history about this. Really, I follow the Bible, so usually back in the day, there's only a specific group of people who could do this, and the Levites. If you wasn't a Levite, you couldn't really light it up, But times is a little different. Not really, but I still light them up. This flavor's coconut, by the way, baby. Maybe you could smell it through the lens. You never know. Yeah. And there it is. Amen.
Depot on the beat.
I'm no producer or nothing. I don't claim to be a hot, crazy producer. But also it's a part of, like, some songs I'll implement, like, just, like an instrument, something that I just played on the piano, like a 3-chord progression or something like that. Nothing crazy, and I'll just use different sounds and elements and put it in the actual wave track. So it's not, because these producers, they gonna come, don't get it twisted. It's not mastered yet. It's not an MP3 yet. I just took it, laid it on top of the wave, because niggas is broke. Not all of us could afford the exclusive license. That's just a little bit of money, but it's all good. You put it on the wave file, there's nothing wrong with that, and it'll sound just as good. And I'll show you a couple examples of that. But what I really wanted to show you was the writing process. And like a lot of the times, we try to figure out, we need the hottest beat. We need this, and that. It's like, yeah, that's gravy. Let's get back to basics though. The writing, the pen to the paper. Because if you ain't writing anything, you ain't really saying anything. And you just got this artist on this dope ass beat, and now the producer got all the credits for this song. Or you become that one-hit wonder dude who was just, yo, did you hear this song? Yeah, the artist was whack. Yo, it's not about the artist. Did you hear that beat though? Those dudes, did you hear that beat though? So to avoid all of that from the jizzle, you gotta understand how to write. And for me, I don't claim to be no expert or nothing, but I have songs where I didn't even know what the hell, the flow, the progression, everything about it was messed up. The flow, everything was messed up. But this right here, I'm gonna show you something. This one right here, I wrote this, I don't remember when I wrote this, but I finished it today, a little bit. It's like a quick 16 or 8, something like that. But you'll see what I mean. There's 2 things I'm gonna say in the first couple of bars here. So it's like, only way that I'd explore if I was forged into a Ford. You see, that's one. Only way that I'd explore if I was forged into a Ford. But for me, I don't like how I'm saying so many things. I'm jumbling up words. It sounds cool, but what if it could be said better? Something like, only way I could explore if I forged into a Ford. You see how I said a lot less and I still got the point in there? So that's one of the biggest struggles. Now let's really rap it. And I'm gonna do both ways. The first way is, only way that I'd explore if I was forged into a Ford. That was first. Now here's the second. Only way I could explore if I was forged into a Ford. Automatically I defeated all the jumbleness. And I feel like for me, one of the biggest struggles was trying to get less jumbleness in my mouth, because it just sounds like you're trying to vomit and you didn't even eat nothing yet, and you just sound like you're already sick. So I didn't like that. So only way I could explore if I was forged into a fort. Too much energy absorbed, there ain't nothing I can pour. If you're acting like you got it, at least the mine isn't poor. I was never good with friends, but my homies who I adore. They don't push it, tell you niggas the numbers is on the boards. I was busy as the boss, didn't bother to check the score. You know? And there's even ways that I could still debunk this and make it sound better, because there's even parts in that I didn't even like. So I'm gonna hit it again. Only way I could explore if I was forged into a fort. Too much energy absorbed, there ain't nothing that I could pour. If you're acting like you got it, at least the mine isn't poor. I was never good with friends, but my homies who I adore. Didn't push to tell you niggas the numbers is on the boards. I was busy as the boss, I didn't bother to check the score. Brush it off, you know it's like grab a drink, it's part of the course. Talking about you got the power, but never rode on a horse. It's amazing and nothing more. Lauren Hill, the final hour, but still I'm fucking the horse. Gotta crawl before you walk and you still ain't finished your chores. Store sold out in personality, still I got it in store. So there's some things in here. Obviously I wrote this today. I don't expect it to be 100%. But there's still some things in here that I could say better, like I wrote it as this in the beginning on that last bar. Store sold out for personality, still I got it in store. Or better, this is the better way I said it. Store sold out in personality, still I got it in store. So instead of that for break, because it's kind of hard to catch it back at personality. Store sold out for personality, like store sold out in personality. Store sold out for personality. Store sold out in personality, still I got it in store. Gotta crawl before you walk and you still ain't finished your chores. Gotta crawl before you walk and you still haven't finished it. You see, like, that's too much jumbleness. You gotta just cut that and find the best way you can say what you're saying, as simple as it can be. Still make it complex. Another example, what I wanted to show you was this acapella right here. And I'm still struggling with this one, because I feel like there's something I'm trying to let you know, but I feel like I can't let you know unless I say it like this. So check this out. This ain't that sentimental flow, you want that one and the same. So I only guard LeBron if they acknowledge King James. You see you see the problem right there. So I only guard LeBron if they acknowledge King James. There's too much. Let's try it again. This ain't that sentimental flow, you want that one and the same. So I only guard LeBron if they acknowledging James. But see, that's a lot better. But me, I still want to be able to say King James, because I'm trying to let you know something. So this ain't that sentimental flow, you want that one and the same. So I only guard LeBron if they acknowledge King James. I think my flow is reproducing, y'all be sounding the same. You ain't sure that I assure the lyrics drip as they rain? Proof. I sin bad, not glad, but it's the truth. The joke is interlude. Heath Ledger would be amused. I heard your point of view. Now who said it's a W? Even BMs don't believe him. You're seasoned of servitude. Don't be rude. You gotta respect who's giving you food. How you know he likes a nappy and classy, a different dude? Say you're leaning, but you're stripping the bolt while missing the screw. And she said she's good in bed and her head is missing it too. Made a family that always feuds. How I touch a woman's soul, but the movement ain't me too. Fuck a rapist. I hope you're getting rehab for all of the different races, faces, governments be loving some you. 2 to 5th, Bronze Ave. Y'all ain't noticed the dude? Like ever since we won champs, now they noticing you. So if I got a DJ drama with these mixes to do, then you know it's for the cause and not a picture or two. You know? So it's just ways. There's so much I could decipher about this acapella, but what I really want to stick on is this. This ain't that sentimental flow, you want that one and the same. So I only guard LeBron when they acknowledge King James. And right now, I'm telling you right now, I'm still struggling with that bar. I want it to sound clear. I don't want to be able to say, I don't know, I might have to take acknowledge out of there. I might have to find a way to get it. But that's just some examples of written. You know? We're talking about songwriting. We talking about writing hooks and choruses. Then it's a whole different ball game over there, because this was just straight from the jump. This was the roots. That's 16 bars, 8 bars, whatever, 32 bars. That's rapping. That's hip hop. Now we're getting into the commercial stuff when you write songs. So for me, what I try to think of, I'll hear a beat and I'll be like, okay. Like I'll give you an example.
Actors by night. Keep going crazy.
me at first, I just listen to the beat. You can freestyle over it, but try to envision what are you trying to say to the people. You know, what's the message behind? What is the beat telling you? What instruments are you hearing? That sounds like an acoustic guitar to me. And I could be wrong, but some synthesizers are going on, the hi-hats are going. But it's relaxing, it's really relaxing. So what I came up with was something like this. And I ain't no singer or nothing, but it goes like, ain't no sense in changing your ways. Ain't no sense in changing nothing. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. And that'd be the hook. And then, what's the sense of it? What's the sense of this? Why do we go through this? Hypocrisy or hypocrisy? It's all philosophy. You think you can preach to me? Now you ain't Socrates. Whoa. Ride. Strive. Be a lemon. Don't forget. You know, like, I just completely lost the flow there. But again, this is new stuff. And that's what I look for. I just look for a tone. I look for ways I could just understand. Do I want to rap? Or do I want to just lay down some vocals to sing, or like whatever, man, create a song, you know? Funny story. I've been rapping with my brothers for a long time, you know? We used to just do freestyles and just have fun with it, you know, back when I was like grade 7 or whatever. We caught these little MP3s and we record on them, and we're just rapping. We're like doing freestyles. We'd be dissing each other. It don't matter. And some of it was just so authentic because we didn't have all this technology around us. So it was just, we go on the computer, plug it in, and hear it like that. Really plug it in to really hear it. We couldn't really play it back on the actual device. So that was way back. But what actually made me want to get set up and all that, we used to have like little freestyle Fridays at our school, at our high school. So there's this guy, his name was Lil T, and he was really the only guy kind of rapping in the high school, really, that kind of took it to that level of getting a, you know, microphone and doing all of that. So I liked that. I like seeing that. I was like, oh, that's dope, because it reminded me of doing what I was doing with my brother. But then we did the Freestyle Fridays. This guy named Corey, and him and Lil T, they be going at it. And it got to a point where pretty much everybody at the end of the day for the school would be waiting. Yo, it's Freestyle Friday. We call it Freestyle Friday. Yo, it's Freestyle Friday, man. You coming back? Yo, you coming? You coming to Freestyle Friday? It's the back of the building. You already know what time it is. You gonna be there? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. And it's just, it was so authentic because you had every personality there. You had nerds. You had the Asian nerds over there. No diss to them, but like these guys who getting 90s in the club, what the hell they doing around these crazy black folk listening to them to rap? Who cares about that? No, they gotta go home. They gotta go study. You know how it be. So when they out there doing that, and it just showed me, damn, like this became big, and it became a point where everybody, like, it was just so inclusive. They'd have these things where it's stomp the yard, and like it became a thing where it's like the energy was real, like it was almost the 90s again. And it was like, what is this? So then that really inspired me, and I linked up with Lil T. I'm like, yo, I like what you're doing. How can I be a part of this? And then, you know, from there it was just like history. From there we made tracks. It became something so crazy in school. You go to school and people are listening to your tracks. You're like, what is this? Like, they're really listening to that? And now that I listen back to those tracks, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was really recording off Xbox controller mics, yo. It was real in the field, real. Any rapper probably has a similar story. They could probably tell you the same thing, but You know, it's just exciting when, you know, you see that. And it's like, yo, just something so small can really become something so big. And you think about all the greatest artists to ever do it. You know, that's probably, especially in New York, how hip hop even started with DJ Kool Herc and them. And, you know, playing all the little parties. And, you know, he'd be spinning the breaks and the dudes be break dancing, and it just like that. They didn't know what they were doing. That's the crazy part. They didn't know it what it was. We knew what rap hip hop was, but we didn't know that we'd actually be like, yo, I wanna rap. Like, what if Freestyle Friday never happened? You know what I mean? Would I really be here doing this, even though I rap with my brothers? Like, what if Freestyle Friday never happens? Yeah, for me, like, I started out as this angry, deep rapper. You know, I still have some songs. I go back to, I'm like, damn, you know, damn, like, shit. It's like, it's sometimes it just trips me out, because it's like, nowadays, I'm not really trying to be all so deep like that. I'm just trying to, like, tell you my story, that sense. But back then, I was just, like, I was heavily into the, you know, philosophy and chakra stuff, and trying to show people enlightenment and the whole Illuminati thing. I was big on that. Anybody who knows me from way back will tell you straight up, yeah, that was Sabali. I used to be called Virtual. This is an exclusive. You really get an exclusive right now. I used to be called Virtual World. You know, that was my first rapper name. People are like, Virtual World, that's too long, man. I don't know what I was thinking, man. Because I'm like, yo, the world's a virtual world. This ain't no real place. You know, everything is friggin' fabricated around here. This ain't no real damn place. This is a friggin' a scam, a shabam. I don't know what the flip. It's not real, is what I'm saying. So I call my name Virtual World. They're like, why don't we just call you Virtual? I'm like, all right, Virtual. But I still didn't like Virtual, you know? Like, it's like, yo, Virtual. It's like, I mean, it's not really jiggy. It's not really, I needed something that was more like, and then I remember, I'm like, wait. I remember watching that video with Nas and Damian Marley. I'm like, yeah, I remember that video. And it was everything that my mind was already geared towards. I'm like, Sabali. I'm like, yo, that's it? It got so serious, I actually changed my name. I'm like, yo, Sabali. That's the name. That's my name. That's my artist name. That's my name. Sabali. It's a done deal. Sabali it is, and Sabali it is. And we leaving at that. And then as soon as that change happened, it almost instantaneous, people were like, yeah, I can see that. Sabali. I'm like, yeah, I see that too. Like, yeah, all right. And the songs got better too. That's what people told me. On Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. But I'm gonna just play out the melody. When I heard the beat, this is Crow Gang, by the way, shout out Crow Gang. When I heard the beat, I'm like, okay. You know, it gave me an idea of, damn, what can I talk about? It just sounds like it's meant for the shorties. So I wanted to give them something like this. I'll just acapella it. Girl, you're tripping. It's only
try to stay afloat. And there you go, can't be looking back no more. Girl, I've been distant, so distant. Yeah, I see a vision for you. Oh, but I need something true.
You know what I mean? Like, the beat plays out. But essentially, if you kind of got what I was saying, this is a song. You got the intro, you got the beginning hook or the beginning verse, and then you got the hook or the pre-hook, then the actual hook, then you got the second verse, then the pre-hook again, closing hook, whatever. There's no real bridge to this. But at the end of the day, like, I'm just talking about how you'll meet a girl, right? And she's cool. She might have all the assets physically. You know, she's beautiful. She got the fat ass. You already know, like, everything's on fleek for this shorty right here. But then inside, when you try to show her, like, yo, you know, like, what do you think about, like, God and stuff? What do you think about, you know, chakras, if that's your thing, or whatever, you know, philosophy? You trying to get her mind open to new things. And she just kind of, like, distant at that aspect. And you're just like, well, she got a fat ass, can't complain. Her face, she cute in the face, can't complain. You know, she let you hit it a couple times or whatever, can't complain. You know what I mean? But inside, it's like, yo, this, what am I dealing with? This thing is not really elevating me spiritually. Like, she's just there when I need her smash, and that's it. So then it's like, man, every time you try to elevate yourself, she's there bringing you down low, because she's not on your level of spiritual understanding. Don't get it twisted, it could go both ways for the dude too. But the second verse was for, like, a shorty who's actually on that stuff. You know? How the second verse is said? It started like, sure, it's not a dream. You got all kinds of class, girl, you're looking sweet. So we know she's sweet. She got class. You're saying, is this a dream? Because it's like, you can't believe it's real. You're actually, you know what they say, good girls are hard to find. Good girls are really hard to find. So you found it, you see, it seems like it's going good. You got all kinds of class, girl, you're looking sweet. About this vibe you have, that I can't believe. But who am I to ask if sin can dwell in me? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we're not perfect. She put me through the test to see if I could lead. I put her through the test of y'all is all you need. You know, that's straight up. That's basic right there. She put me through the test to see if I'm a real man. Not no real nigga. See if I'm a real man. She dealt with niggas. She wants to deal with a man now. You know? And then I put her through the test of y'all is all you need. She claims to be the girl. She claims all these things like she's really about what she's about. Let's put her through the test and see if she's faking the funk. Smile for the camera. You forgot the cheese. You know, I'm just having fun with it. If I'm the apple to your eye, then you're my Eve. And that's a done deal right there. She's the girl. She's the woman. You know? So it's about being distant from a girl who has all that physical attributes to her, but also being distant from a girl who's trying to fake the funk. You know, who's out here thinking she's about what she's about. Because you have them too. You know, trying to be about what they're about, but they're actually not. They're just, no disrespect, but they're just a bitch who's just shy to be a bitch. You know what I mean? No disrespect, but it is what it is. So you gotta find that balance, and that works for niggas too. So that is a little bit of my style. I don't claim to be like this big religious thumping guy on your head. And it's funny you said Yeezus, because like at a time in my life, like I was straight bumping Yeezus, like that was my shit. But it's funny, Kanye's more like on the Jesus tip now, you know. So it's funny how it all works out. But for me, it's more so like, obviously, you know, since telling you I was virtual world, you know, I was always on a spiritual tip. I've always been a conscious individual, someone who's always willing to give you something that you're not always accustomed to hearing. Right? But I feel like to tackle this God complex and all of that, yeah, there's many gods out there. I feel like there's only really like one true God. That's my belief, personally. Like, there's one true God, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, there's all these things, and I know I'm the God of my body, but I know I'm not ignorant to say that I created my own self. I know there's a limit to how much I attribute the God complex. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this. I know I'm the God of my reality. You know what I'm saying? I know I control my surroundings, what I allow into my life. But do I have control of what happens and all the mechanics of how it all goes down? I can't 100% say, because if I did, I didn't know I'd be going to a mechanic and he'd be taking an extra hour. I didn't know that was in the deal. I didn't know, I was gonna wake up today and some dog was gonna be barking at me. I didn't control that. I want peace around. I ain't want no dog barking at me, or some kids coming up and trying to fool around with you or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you go to a store and some racist ass dude wants to give you some problem. Ain't nobody control that. Ain't nobody set that up. You want peace. Everybody want peace. So for me, it's more like I have no control of what's the outside, but I have control of this bubble, of this area. So this spiritual stuff, I guess, because being young or whatever, they say you're an old soul, but I've always just been blessed. Like, my parents always taught me from a young age just to know about God and all of that. So straight up, I've always had that in my life. Now, the straying away from it and all that, nobody's perfect, bro. We all go through it. Like, sometimes it's too much. Sometimes I don't want to be all spiritual and stuff. Sometimes I just want to have fun and sip a little brew. I don't even really smoke. I don't smoke. I don't claim to be a smoker, but sometimes there's days where I just and I'm just light up a split and just relax, or eat an edible. You know what I'm saying? And just relax and chill and just, vibe out. Go to a party, go to a club. We can't really do that right now with all the COVID thing, but still, we have fun. I like to have fun, because sometimes you can't. This is how people go mad, by you constantly trying to figure it all out. Some things were not made for you to really truly get the mechanics of it. You just gotta understand the limits. And some people want to go as far as they can go, and I salute you. But me, I like the sanity. So I'm gonna cut me some of this Appleton and just sip on this little drink and just vibe out and relax myself, you know what I'm saying? And just say I'm human at the end of the day. So don't be looking at me like I'm some friggin' saint, because a nigga ain't. You know what I mean? So that's that on that.